Hello, friends. Welcome to this tradition unlike any.
What was that, Did somebody scream mashed potatoes?
That was mashed.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into a live edition of Big Drive Energy from the DNVR bar, Studio 215. I'm hanging out here with my brother Mitch, my other brother from another mother, Hank, and we're enjoying the U.S. Open. We just saw Jon Rahm make an incredible up and down from the sand after what Mitchell called 4 times a horrible bunker shot.
It was.
And
he had to make a 12-footer.
So as we sit here now, Jon Rahm is 6 under, Louis Oosthuizen is 5 under, and they are trying to, Louis is going to try to have to make a birdie. And I actually think, I want to know what you guys think about this, but for me, thinking about it, I'm not, I'm a professional golfer, but that term is very loose. I'm not like a PGA Tour player. I honestly think it's better for Louis right now because he knows he has to come in on 18 and make a birdie rather than just don't make bogey and choke it away. Now he's got obviously he'd like to win the tournament with a birdie at 18, but now instead of being nervous, he has to go. His mindset's completely changed now that he's down by 1 shot when he was up 1 shot just a mere 2 holes ago.
Oh, 100%. He's not playing defense at that point. He's going on the offensive, you either do it or you don't, It's not like, do I lay up? It's like, no, you're going for it. Unless you hit it in the rough off the tee. But, if he's got any remote shot, he's going to try to go over that flag, past the flag, see if he can either catch the slope or at the very least have a chip back from the back of the green. One thing that I'm already annoyed about, so real quick, I'm going to just put this out there. I don't think Torrey Pines is that great of a U.S. Open host. I just don't love the U.S. Open being there. I picture the U.S. Open in Ohio or Pennsylvania or New Jersey. That, it's more of a Midwest to the East Coast thing. It's all the old school country clubs. I know that sounds kind of snotty, but Torrey Pines is just so West Coast, and they make it hard enough. It just doesn't have the same vibes. Do you agree?
I was thinking something similar earlier. Honestly, I love Torrey Pines. Obviously, it's an incredible place to watch a golf tournament, all that. But when you have the water on one side and there aren't fans there, I feel like that's what's kind of missing in places. There are pockets where they're great fans, but I do feel like there's places where it's kind of empty.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, it's just kind of a weird setting to have a U.S. Open at.
Yeah, so it's just all empty over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Where is Bryson aiming? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Well, he looks like he was trying to hit a big old hook.
It's left.
Good thing there aren't spectators on that side.
Straight in the canyon.
So although my Brooks Koepka pick before the tournament is not going to come to fruition as far as winning the tournament, my biggest bet of this week was Brooks Koepka to beat Bryson DeChambeau, which
God, he shanked it.
Chip. He shanked it.
Put that on repeat.
That is tough.
That is that's a bad scene.
That is.
I almost feel bad now for being such a dick. But I just
gives
don't
me PTSD.
Genuinely just don't. You just feel the hosel and you just want to let go of the club right there. You're like, no.
Yeah, you're
get it off me.
Mulligan.
That's a rough look.
Well, I think going back to what you said about Torrey Pines, I think the thing that's kind of lame about it is there was literally a tournament here 2 months ago.
Yeah.
That Daniel Berger won the Farmers Insurance Open where it's they made the course way harder because I believe Berger won at 18 under, and the winner here is going to be 6 under or 6 under into a playoff. So it's definitely a harder course and a way tougher setup, but I feel like, it's already, everybody's seen this course already this year, so it's nice to get it to somewhere where, you can have basically it's a one time a year type of thing. Where
for sure.
Guys haven't already played.
My thing is too is it doesn't look as good right now in my opinion. Like they've had to dry it out, and it looks kind of like sad, like California, like it's about to start on fire. I don't want to go like too dark there, but it's all like brown and dry. It doesn't like back when they played it in March or April, it was like super lush and green and everything just looked really nice, and now it just looks hot and dry. Like not for me. Not for me.
So just in case this does go to a playoff, Louis makes one birdie coming in on 16, 17, or 18. So
that's
it's
assuming
not,
he makes all pars.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming that at this point with the way he's played. But so if there's a tie after 72 holes, it is no longer an 18-hole playoff tomorrow, which would have been nice to get some Monday U.S. Open match play golf between Rahm and Oosthuizen. So what they'll do is it's a 2-hole aggregate playoff with holes 7 and hole 18.
How random is that?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Fuck?
And then if they are still tied after that, they go 7, 8, 18 over and over and over again, sudden death.
It's so weird because I feel like the Memorial, they were talking about the same thing because that looked like it was going to playoff. They play it so it's like the 1-hole playoff, but it's 18, then 18 again, and then 10, and then 14, and then 18.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre.
I think it's set up by the tournament board. Like they decide.
It's the USGA for this.
Oh, okay.
For this one, it's
USGA.
USGA.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But is it course to course?
No, they
So it's going to be 7.
Oh no,
that's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
It's
like,
course to course.
Yeah. So
what I would
they pick certain holes. Sorry, they pick certain holes that they want to see. Mm-hmm. Like they're not going to pick 2 turds.
Well, do you think it's that, or do you think it's the location of the holes? Do
It
you
could
think
be for like
seven's, right
spectator
by the
purposes?
clubhouse.
No, I mean
could
I've
be
seen
factored
him
in a little.
I've seen him drive like halfway across the golf course to play in a playoff.
I do think a lot of it is just like you want to play the holes everybody talks about.
Exactly. You want to play the iconic holes.
If there's one more hole, you know what hole at most of these courses you want to play.
Like at when they go to Riviera, they play 10 in the playoff. Well, they play 18, but then they go to 10, which is the iconically challenging, borderline stupid par 4. But yeah, I think it's got to be because 7 is just way too random.
I wonder though whether it's like course to course or tournament to tournament. So like are they always going to pick the same holes for every tournament at Torrey Pines, regardless of the format?
I think it's course to course. I think it would be course to course.
Probably.
Yeah, I really have no idea if I'm being honest, but
Well, these are my last 2 shots at my. There was going to be a hole-in-one this week bet. I don't think I've seen one yet. Oh, Louis. What a golf shot.
Dude, how about Bryson's shot earlier? That just about was a hole-in-one. Just hung on the edge.
Oh,
I didn't see
was
it.
that on a par 3 or was that an
Yeah.
approach shot on a par 4?
I thought that was a par 3.
That could have, it was literally hanging about a half inch on the edge, and he just tapped in for birdie. Well, that's when he took the lead for a second.
Yeah.
Because everybody had gotten down to 4, and he got up to 5 by himself on that tap in.
And I'm really shocked that he collapsed the way he did, in all honesty. Like, I don't like the dude, but I thought he was a good enough stick to kind of keep it in there, not completely blow up on the back 9. I really thought he was not going to run away with it, but I thought he was going to do something pretty good and be right there at the very least.
Yeah.
If not, win it.
There was like a stretch there where everybody was hot. And like during that stretch, everybody's playing well. I'm not sure if there was like a weather thing, like the wind died down a little, if something was going on, or if it just happened to be everybody got hot. But it feels like during those stretches, like obviously Bryson can be the leader of packs like that.
Totally.
Where he can get so hot. But also when things aren't like... He's kind of like a finesse player in a way. Like as crazy as it sounds, just because it's all about like if it's a clean game, if missing the fairway isn't going to punish you all that much, like he's going to survive.
Oh, absolutely, because he has so many short wedges all the time.
Bryson's back 9. Par, bogey, bogey, double, par, quad. Ugh. That sounds like me.
And he drops his golf club on the way off.
On a
That
weekend
snowman's going to melt pretty quick out there in Southern California.
Yo, that was pretty good. I like that.
That was good.
Let's take
Thank
a look.
you.
Like, so they're replaying Rahm. Both of Rahm's putts on 17 and 18. Absolute left to right benders. Not easy at all. And he just knocks both of them in. Just
Downhill also.
cold-blooded.
Yeah, I mean, the bunker shot was terrible. I don't know what he was going for. Maybe the fact that the water was behind it, and if it got some pace, it could roll off into the water. He was definitely protected. And hindsight's 2020. Well, he doesn't need hindsight. Me saying that it was a horrible bunker shot, I guess now that he made the birdie putt, it was a good enough bunker shot. Like, it wasn't bad. I thought he would go straight at the flag. And
well, do you think he changes that bunker shot if he is not tied? If
he's ahead,
one?
if he's down one, he's got to aim more at it, I would think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely the position he was in kind of changed that. But, yeah, a couple of phenomenal putts. And Spencer and I were just talking about this. I mentioned something to him that I think him being a left-to-right player, he fades the ball pretty much exclusively, kind of set him up to and I could be completely off base. Like, I don't know what he's more comfortable with, but generally speaking, are you more comfortable with a right-to-left putt than a left-to-right?
Honestly, so I've heard people talk about that before. Yeah. I don't have much of a preference.
Really?
When I do think about it, though, I think right to left.
Working it back towards you is easier than easier breaking away from you.
Because, I mean, what that means is there's like a hill up there.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to putt on a hill, it's easier to putt on the hill that you're facing, not the one that's behind you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the feeling I get.
I agree. It's almost a weird feeling of like it's coming back towards you. You're like,
yeah,
I'm putting it, or like I'm putting it away from me, and it's like wrapping around back towards me. And the other thing that I hate about left to right putts also is the fact that it's so far below my feet. I feel like I'm starting it right off the bat. You know, it feels like it like squeaks right off your feet, and then it just goes so far right, you have no chance. And so getting it started on that line is a challenge for me, at least. I don't know. Apparently John Rahm loves left-to-righters, but I think what I was telling Spencer is I think his eyes like set up for it because he's used to seeing the ball go left to right. Like some people are so uncomfortable seeing a ball work a certain way, and so I could be completely wrong, but he loves to see the ball go left to right. I don't know if it's on the green or just in tee to green, but could have something to do with it potentially. One of my theories.
Poor Mackenzie Hughes, man. So I did make a couple bets today using the DraftKings Sportsbook Profi Boost. Shout out DraftKings Sportsbook. Use that promo code DNVR. And I bet the two guys there was three guys tied for the lead. Mackenzie Hughes. There was Louis, of course. And then who's the other dude? Oh, Russell Henley. And I bet the two dudes other than Louis because Louis was the huge favorite.
Like we all knew what was going to happen to Russell Henley, dude. Well, he hasn't played good golf since 2015.
I was hopeful.
Yeah. That's what's called a bad bet. That's irresponsible. You should call for gambling help. That is
1-800-522-47.
That is not well directed. They shouldn't have let you take that. What was he, plus like 500?
Plus 800.
Sheesh.
Louis was like plus 350 or plus
they
4.
even knew that shit was going to go downhill for him. They looked like, when's the last time he won? Flip the calendar, flip the calendar, flip the calendar, flip the calendar. Oh, he won in Hawaii in like 2013. I mean, he hit the ball really well yesterday. I got to give him props, but I don't think he was prepared to be in that position.
Well, so the winner of this tournament, they get a 10-year exemption to the U.S. Open, and Rory won exactly 10 years ago. Oh, Louis left a lot.
Oh, my God.
Not a good putt.
Oh, no.
Not a good putt.
Louis.
So Louis putting for birdie on 16 and left himself probably an 8 to 9 footer for par.
That was a bad
Not
putt.
ideal.
Louis like, get me
That's
back
tough.
to South Africa.
He's like, I'll take my T2 and move on.
Yeah, I'll take my $1 million check and hop on the PJ back to South Africa.
Oh, I forget what I got to find this tweet now. Somebody was like, when Louis took a 2-shot lead after he made that long birdie putt, somebody goes, oh, how is Louis going to turn this into a T2?
It's going to be so fun to see how he does this.
I think it was
Louis just doesn't have that aggressive, like, push, it looks like. He's just almost too laid back. Just doesn't have that fire in his eyes.
Yeah. This is such a tough position to put yourself in.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine standing over this putt.
This is the least favorite putt I would want right there is 8-footer for par to stay one back.
Oh, nails.
Right in the center. Wow.
Absolute nails
Wow.
from Louis.
Not even a doubt.
That just changes everything. With 2 holes left.
Oh yeah, he misses that, and it's basically game over.
For sure. And like you look at 18 and say like, okay, you're one of the best players in this tournament, obviously. Like you should get a birdie.
Yeah.
Par is basically 4 on 18 for Louis at this point. And
It's
so you're on
gotta
pace
be.
to force the playoff. That could have
that could have
changed
that could have
everything.
derailed it.
Then you need
100
to like make a play on 17.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it puts him behind the 8 ball because when you start chasing and aiming at pins, you're not generally going to aim at. That's when shit goes horribly wrong. But yeah, I mean, going back to when Oosthuizen and Charles Schwartzel were in that playoff at the Zurich earlier this year, and the first playoff hole, Oosthuizen just blows it way right into the water. I was like, this guy's just not that clutch. I mean, so a little overview on Louis Oosthuizen for those of you who don't know. He won the Open Championship at St. Andrews. I've played there, not a big deal. But this was 10 years ago. Like, it's so long ago that he's contended there. I mean, contended in I take that back. He's contended in a major. Oh, my God, Rory, you suck.
That's tough.
What is wrong with Rory McIlroy? It's so shitty to just see him struggle like this. I hate it. I mean, relatively. He's going to probably top 10 or top 15, but you watch that dude hit the ball, you're like, he's top 3, if not the top player in the world right now.
But they're just like some bad chips. Like a sand shot that was really tough that he couldn't get out. And it's like, yeah, you wish you could have at least gotten it out, but I don't know, just a lot of that short game stuff. That's what I'm putt right there, obviously. That's why we started talking about
that
it.
3-footer that he just missed is I don't know what his story is. I think he'll still win more majors, but some guys just kind of like get that big paycheck, and he got paid by Nike, and now he's just, I wouldn't say he's content with where he's at, but he's definitely doesn't have that Tiger type of, oh no, Louis. Oh no. And it's gone. There goes the golf tournament.
So what? 1 in, 2 out.
I take that back. He gets his distance. He could possibly get up and down.
But now you're going at a pin.
But why would you
So
go
what's he talking
left?
Yeah, look at all that room right that he had.
There's like 3 fairways right. That's like Valley of Fun type of room.
Here's a question. So like he hit a fan earlier. When that happens, does that like throw you off a little bit? You aim a little bit further?
I feel like it depends upon if you're an asshole or not.
Yeah, if you have a heart.
Some of the guys, they don't care. They're like, you were in the way.
Well, and also fans are such dumbasses. So much of the time they're right, like they're 300 yards from the tee, 20 yards off the fairway, and they're like looking around eating a hot dog. Like, no, you got to keep your head on a swivel. Like, you could get pelted at any point.
Yeah.
And
you're on a golf course.
Yeah.
Like, you're just standing out on a golf course.
Exactly. Like, the golfers are going to be like, oh, I should aim away from them. They couldn't care less. They'll be like, hit that dude in the head and bounce onto the green.
Absolute collapse and implosion from Bryson.
Yeah. You love to see it. Him in that hat. That thing just bugs me.
It's terrible.
You know, we've been asked twice in the last week at Spring Valley if we have the Bryson hats.
Huh.
And I'm like, nope, and we're never getting them.
I feel like I could maybe rock one backwards like I was a struggling artist. But I don't think I would ever actually wear it.
Freelance artist?
Yeah. I don't think I would ever wear one of those forward and expect anyone to take me serious on the golf course.
I can't believe he just put one in the... Dude, what a choke job.
Yeah, that's really just something you can't do.
Yeah. And I haven't said this yet, but on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, I took Oosthuizen and Schauffele before the tournament. And so
damn.
It was 33-1, so
oh yeah.
There's some money on the line
Throw
today.
a few bones there.
Yep.
See how that right shoulder dropped way down?
Huh.
See, oh my God, a little quick in the tempo. That is not why the ball went left, Gary Koch. You dumbass.
No reason to try to chip that out.
No.
Hop in there, Shrek.
Well, I guess it depends upon where, like that camera angle, we can't really tell where it was from. Like if he has
Watch him like angling on a cliff and he gives it a rip and just tilts over and
just rolls down the cliff.
Yeah, That would not be good. Be must-see TV, though, for sure.
You just gave me flashbacks to playing Torrey Pines, like on the video games back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And the ball's bouncing around the cliffs down there.
Oh, yeah, and then it rolls down onto the beach and shit.
Yep.
I just cannot believe he did that. Another thing I have to tell anybody who's watching, whenever these analysts, 99% of these analysts say why a ball did something, it's actually factually not true. They really, these guys played the sport, they didn't teach the sport, and then they talk like they.
There's just a sign that specifically says angry players don't come in here.
I like that. I like that.
There's got to be like a story behind it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't even imagine
being in a scorer's table after somebody choked away a major.
Oh,
and you got to get that dude to sit down and sign that turd. You're like, I just fired 77. This is the last place I want to be.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd be having my caddy run to the bar and get me a vodka soda.
Look how browned out this course is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks baked. Like, you guys ever heard of water out there in Southern California?
Well, I think they're just trying to speed it up so much.
No, I think they're in a drought. Low key. High key, it's brown as hell. But yeah,
right next to the ocean too. Like I guess there's like 50 feet of cliffs right next to it before you get down to the water.
Don't they realize how much water's right there?
You would think it'd be fine.
They could just bring some over.
Yeah, I guess like the grass doesn't like salt. Maybe.
Oh, that's true.
That could be a thing.
It's very true. I'm not.
Somebody told me that. I believe it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Be like, yeah. Spencer
likes salt, but maybe grass doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think grass grows well on salt. I'm not an agronomist, but
is that what it's called? I didn't even know that's what it was called. Great shot by Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah.
Now that he's out of it, it's pretty easy to flip a wedge in there. That's like, real quick Nuggets reference. I feel like that's what Aaron Gordon's entire career was in Orlando. Like, you're down 30, and then he goes on like scores like 10 or 15 points straight, and he has like 22 or 24 at the end. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, nice. But then you realize that they still lost by 30. It's like that wedge shot would be much more impressive if it actually meant something. Mm-hmm.
If he gets this up and down, though, that's
incredible.
Yeah.
I think this pin is like doable. It looks like it's right there in between, right in the bottleneck to where he could run it up. I don't think he's going to be able to fly it all the way there. It looks like he's got a wedge in his hand.
Well, how crazy is it? So you see where he's dropping? We watched Matt Wolf like 2-3 holes ago. He cleared that whole hazard on the left. He was like 80, 90 yards. Like, see that where that comes out? Like, he was up by those dudes. Like, and completely cleared the whole thing. Yeah. What does he have to the hole?
I haven't said.
That's definitely a wedge.
I bet he's got like 140, 130. That's right.
Oh, he likes it.
It's right. Oh my!
Let's go. Stay right there. Stay right there. Wow.
Oh boy!
I said it was right. It was a few feet right.
Yeah, it was like,
I saw him lean, and it kind of looked like he was losing it a little to the right, but absolutely clutch. Let's see if he's got the stones to knock this in, because this could be the start of the
most unreal par of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a major.
One of the clutchest.
Although,
because 18 is a birdie hole. I mean,
100%.
It's not like he has to. It's not like it's he could hit it in 2 and maybe make eagle and win the thing.
I'm pretty sure though, isn't he like statistically the best putter on tour this season?
Is he?
I think he might be.
No joke.
Yeah.
Louis, he's always been known for his ball striking, not his short game, but I mean, I could be wrong there.
I wonder. I feel like that was him.
Look at the lack of crowds. Like, what is that? Are they limiting capacity? They can't be if you look around the 18th green.
Yeah.
Rahm's just pacing.
Put it in the water.
It's never good when you're looking at a putt standing with your feet straight at it.
Yeah. Can't be great. Pretty good roll.
Dude, so who do you guys think is leading the FedEx Cup standings this year so far?
I couldn't even tell you.
I don't know.
Rahm?
Patrick Cantlay.
Is he? Yeah, I mean,
that's actually pretty
he's had a lot of pretty high finishes, I guess. Has he
Rahm has
won?
the most top 10s, and Rahm has the lowest scoring average.
Rahm's having a good year, man. He would have had a win under his belt 2 weeks ago if it wasn't for the Coco.
Yeah, strokes gained putting, Louis stays number 1 on tour
Wow.
with basically .1.
Here's a spin zone. Do you think that Rahm not winning 2 weeks ago helped him win this week?
Well, I think
Ooh, that's tough.
him.
Coming off a win?
Yeah, like
You think you go back to back? Probably not.
well, it wasn't back to back.
Well, he probably wouldn't have played the week before.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
His
true.
last 2 starts.
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think like if he would have just not played, or like if he would have lost the tournament to someone else, it's a different mindset. But the fact that he was on fire and absolutely lapping the tournament and then ended up, getting pulled out, I think that built his confidence entirely.
Where was that tournament he got had to withdraw from?
That was Memorial, right?
The Memorial.
Not even close.
That's tough.
Oh, wow. That was pretty close.
It would have fallen.
So
If they
Rahm
hit
had to
that side.
Rahm had to walk at the Memorial so he could run at the U.S. Open. You never know.
That's so sad. I just want some intenseness.
Well, he could still make 3. I mean,
It's on the table.
That pin is built for 3s. Like that front left pin, which is the iconic, like classic one, is built for nothing less than 4. Like you're not making 3. Well, I take that back. Depends on how firm the greens are. But that front right pin, you can like scoot one up there. I mean, it's not an easy shot, but if you pull it off, you can scoot it up that bottleneck and run it right at the hole. And I think at this point, do you think Louis, like, if he has a marginal shot, he goes for it, or you think he just lays
He
up
has
and
to.
He
has to.
Well, no, he could try to hole a wedge. I mean,
Oh,
and he's also taken a huge number out of play.
I did check, and he is number 1 in strokes gained putting.
Yeah, that's
So
insane.
I mean, you would think he'd want to keep it in his hand.
Yeah, for sure. Well, do you guys remember that tournament where Phil Mickelson was like down by a shot or 2? He was
know
trying to
exactly
pull out
what
from
you're
the
talking
fairway,
about, yeah.
and he had Bones walk up and tend the flag for him. But that was at the Farmers Insurance. It definitely wasn't at the Open because Sage front left in round 3. Okay, that's such a Sunday pin. Oh my God, he made 3 there yesterday.
Oh, so he can do it.
Good vibes.
Yeah, he's got the vibes.
Yeah, I didn't realize because we were up in Fort Collins, so I didn't watch most of yesterday.
Yeah,
I saw at the end that he had gotten himself into the lead, but
Wow.
somebody, was it you, Spencer, who told me that it was like, yeah, it's 18, he got the eagle.
Yeah, he just banged. I mean, that was like a 60-footer. So, and he knows he has to absolutely go now. Like it's not even making birdie on a par 5. You don't have to go on the first 2 shots. You just have to. But now he's
make sure you position yourself.
Exactly. But now it's like hit it as far as I can, and that officially cashes my Bryson over Brooks bet on the DraftKings Sportsbook.
You mean Brooks over Bryson?
What did I say?
You said Bryson over
Oh,
Brooks.
Brooks over Bryson bet.
Brooks over Brooksy.
DraftKings did boost that for me. They boosted it to plus 110.
Just for you?
Yeah, for me, for everyone that uses the code DNVR when they sign up.
Boost it for you?
I'm just so sad. Like, I feel like we haven't had an intense golf major in a while.
I mean,
Hey,
It's like anti-cleanse.
three's on the table. Three's on the table.
It's doable. Let's chill out. I mean, at least he's not down by 4.
That's true.
Got to hold this one.
Yeah.
First thing you got to do is just hit it in the fairway here. If you don't hit it,
which is what he does. That part's easy.
He's consistent, man. He's
4 under on this hole in the turn. And
that's insane.
Yeah.
Played the rest of the course even par. Fade.
Just a little.
Bunker.
Scooted out, but it's in the rough.
Oh.
There was a chance. It almost looked like there was a little bit of a bank right there. It could come down.
But still with that front right pin, I think, it's a big risk, but he can still scoot something because it does work right to left.
he probably wanted the left side of the fairway.
He's going to have to pull off like the shot of his life, but it's not unheard of. So you're saying there's a chance. Ooh, he loves it.
Club twirl.
Got to
That's going
rip.
to come back.
Got to come back more than that, though. Royal 3-jack that.
Oh, that's kind of messed up.
Dude, when the putter's cold, it's cold. It's a good looking shirt, though.
This is a good shirt.
If you're him, are you even hitting balls right now? Like, are you even thinking about it? Honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to prepare for the worst. You got to expect Louis to make 3 here. Because you know how blindsided you'd be if you expect to win and then he makes 3? You'd be on the defense at that point.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Rudo.
Shout out Rudo. He's him and his dad are going to come play in the DNVR Golf League with us on Tuesday. Hype. Common ground. Free Breck Brews and giving away a Breck Brew golf bag. I hope I win it, but I actually
it's a great looking golf bag.
I probably have to pick the winner, so I can't pick myself.
Yeah, that'd be a bad look.
Those are good looking golf bags. Maybe.
Okay.
I might be able to
work something out.
Unless they pick someone, then it's out of my.
Will $50 do it?
I bet it would.
I think just leave it on the ground in cash. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
I'm good.
super producer Allie over here hooking it up with some food.
I'm just gonna drink my dinner, I think.
Wow. I drank all my meals yesterday.
Wow.
It's not happening today.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. Me and Henry were cutting a rug on the dance floor
We were
last
cutting
night.
a rug.
We were.
Allie taught me
time.
some stuff. She kind of got me going. I think what the big tip was more hips, less punching. Yeah, I think that's where we started.
What kind of dancing you been doing?
I mean, you could imagine just no. Well, no, I was trying to figure
You're
out where to
just
put
floating
them.
around like you're in space.
It's really hard. No fist, first of all. That's what I learned.
No.
Just like where you put your arm,
unclench
like,
the fist.
My hand just naturally close.
Like Arthur fists.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that.
Yeah, well,
Ready
shout
to-
out real quick to Brandon and Lindsay. Got married yesterday. We all went up to Fort Collins. Absolutely killer time. We went out to the bars afterwards.
I didn't go. I couldn't go because of work, but sounds like everyone had a good time.
It was a fun
great
time.
time.
Although I will say, like, Fort Collins had no Ubers, so we had to walk 2 miles home
I
at
know.
2 a.m.
Oh,
Well, you
miss
guys
me
had to
with
walk
that.
half as far as we walked. You guys. Well, wait. Were you guys like in front of us? Were you at that hotel there? Oh, okay.
Well, didn't Kale piggyback you at least like 10 feet?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
he got me about 20 feet, and then he went down. We both went down very hard.
yeah.
My elbow is ruined. His head is.
Yeah,
Check out Kale's Twitter. Yeah, Kale.
Spencer's
Sorbo.
like, my elbow. Yeah, Kale's just level 3 concussed.
We went to lunch today,
Oh, Rory missed it.
and he was
Weird.
like, that could have gone so much worse. And I was like, look at you. That could have gone so much better. Like that's where you took that.
That's the kind of attitude. That's a good attitude.
Seriously.
Like, his face is all torn up. He's like, that could have been worse.
It's like no, hardly.
Like, he could have like broke his nose.
Yeah. And the little Moira today, Kale goes in, he's like showing everybody. Moira just said like, maybe it isn't so good to be bald. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's why I keep my hair up there.
Yeah, like, oh wow. I thought
look at Phil
Phil's hanging out.
Mickelson hanging out. This I will like if Rom wins this, which it looks like it's pretty much there. I feel pretty good for him coming back off of what happened to him 2 weeks ago.
how did we not see this coming?
I
Like,
don't. Yeah.
the fire in his belly after the whole.
Well, my buddy Carson, he's got a $250 bet on Rom to win this tournament, so he's going to cash out a little over $2,000 this week.
Yahoo!
So
Congrats to Carson.
that's pretty impressive.
I'll start you a tab at the bar.
Yeah, well, and even I mean, he was out of it like he felt like he was out of it early, but I think that's the thing I like so much about most major championships in general is a guy can shoot 1 or 2 over the first day and he's fine. You know, it doesn't matter. Or he can make 2 or 3 bogeys like the back 9 Thursday, Friday, and it really doesn't matter at all. Like other tournaments when it's 20, 19, 20 under, you can
10
take your
shots out of the lead.
Yeah.
And I mean, Louis was just a couple shots away from forcing a playoff. He's played even to this point, like over the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Even over the last 3 days. One good round, and that was enough to get him in this situation.
See, that's the thing, dude. And if you're good rounds on Sunday, You could have had somebody at even or +1 today, and they could have made a charge.
Yeah.
They threw out a 65, and I'm not saying that's easy or
even doable today. Honestly.
I was just gonna say it's borderline doable.
Yeah,
if like you have the round of your life.
Yep.
But these guys are on the PGA Tour. I mean, they're the best at what they do. So what was the Spencer? Look at what the low score was today. I think it was 67. I saw somebody at 4 under.
Let's see. I think it was. Let's see.
Also, I found
that's John Rahm.
Oh, is he at 4 under?
Yeah.
No shit. Well, there's somebody else at 4.
Brandon Grace shot 4 under.
Brandon
today.
Grace.
But yeah, see, that's how like majors go. So Brandon Grace was 3 over par going into Sunday of a golf tournament. Normally, that's not sniffing anything. He shoots 67. Now he's getting a top 7 in a major.
It's crazy.
He's laying up.
Wow. Now he's got a
and
whole
he even
wedge.
hit it too close to the green.
Yeah.
There's no way you can stop that.
That was
What a...
he looks upset. Like, how upset could he
maybe
be?
Maybe it jumped on him.
Maybe.
Or maybe the lie was just horrible.
Yeah, I just think,
that's
look
probably
at their
more of it.
Rahm and his guy. I think they're watching it.
Live streaming it on his cell phone.
So now he needs to hole out for eagle. So we can basically give this to Rambo, but we'll wait and see. Let's round
You are
out,
just the king of
let's round out
calling
the top 10
shit
now.
early.
Also, Kale.
Let's talk about the other. Let's talk about the other players in the top 10. So we got Harris English, Brooks Koepka had a good week. Guido Migliozzi,
all-time name.
all-time name.
Yeah.
He fired
He's gonna be
68
good.
today. He's gonna have a T4.
He
in a
should
major.
be like on the next Jersey Shore. If your name's
Yeah.
Guido, you automatically qualify for Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
That should be a standard rule.
I didn't watch him all that much this tournament, but like 18, he has like a vibe to him that
oh yeah,
yeah,
He's got that a big Italian energy going
for sure.
He's got those Spano vibes.
I mean, I don't know if I go quite that far, but yeah, there's a little bit of that.
The GTL life.
But
yeah.
I think I found my doppelganger. Sorry to cut you off one more time. Grayson Sig. I feel like I look a fair amount like him. And he was rocking the mustache today, and it really makes me want to just bring back just the mustache. So I think that'll be happening very soon.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first. What was the top 10? Let's
the
round it out.
Well, the thing
yeah.
was that it was such a star-studded leaderboard all of today. Like everybody, you felt like you knew who that was. So Colin Morikawa, he tied for 4th. So I'm gonna cash 3 bets this week. I had Brooks over Bryson. I also had Brooks and Colin both to be in the top 10. So those are gonna hit. Brendan Grace, Daniel Berger, Paul Casey, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, and Russell Henley all finished T7 at 1 under. So, but I mean, at one point today, it was like Rory, Rahm, Oosthuizen, Koepka, Bryson, all tied or within one shot of the lead.
Stacked.
It was like Bryson in front with 7 guys tied, 1 shot back.
Yeah.
And then that was right after that run where everybody was hot, everybody was making shots, and then after that it just dried out. Like I don't know, maybe it was just the greens got a little bit firmer, but
Yeah.
All right, if he holds this, I will give every person watching this live stream, you put your Venmo in the comments, I will pay you $100. Just because I want some excitement.
I mean, I feel like I should be funding this. He puts that in. I'm gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, we need to watch out for Henry's mic if he holds this because
Yeah.
I guess I get it. Maybe the lie was terrible, but I feel like I don't know.
247. Like you could easily squeeze something out of there, just knuckle it and try to run it up.
Yeah.
Like,
But it doesn't
you
look
see
like
me getting
there's-
3-wood out every time.
I mean, it is tough with the water. That angle is
But you either win or lose.
it is true.
Nobody remembers second place.
69
70
yards, nice.
Oh, it's right.
Oh my God. Not enough.
Oh, for just a second, it picked up.
How are the greens not faster than that? Oh,
John Rahm. Well, I think the cool thing about this is it kind
good
of
for the brand. Big Team Callaway guy over here. Good for the brand.
it does feel like it does feel like Louis lost it a little bit. Like you'd rather somebody win a tournament than somebody else like choke away a tournament. But I also feel like, so you can say from Louis' his perspective, it does kind of look like he lost it. But at the same time, John Rahm went birdie on the last 2 holes. Made 2 amazing putts to win the tournament. And, I mean, this is pretty cute. Father's Day, he's got his kid there. He's got his wife.
His kid's got a weird name.
I mean, we saw that coming.
Yeah,
really?
His name?
PGA Tour
I can't even
does.
tell you. Like, I can just tell that kid's going to be pissed off about his name.
He's going to be getting made fun of.
He's going to be
His name is Kepa.
Kepa.
Cahill.
His last name's Cahill?
No, Kepa Cahill Rom.
Okay.
Everybody has middle names usually.
Well,
Sounds like a frat.
that's, yeah.
Kepa Cahill Rom.
Are you rushing Kepa Rom Cahill? Whatever.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, no, I actually
First thing he said after what happened.
Is this John Rahm's first major?
No, he won a. Wait,
I think it is. Yeah.
is it? Yeah. I
think
take
so.
that. I take that back. I apologize.
Yeah.
Did he not win a British Open?
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but
I thought he won a British Open. Maybe that was the Irish Open or the. I don't know. They all run together. Is it his first major? Or did he win?
I mean, he's only won 5 times on tour.
yeah, this is the only time he's won a major. Tied 4th at PGA, 4th at the Masters. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
First major. Wow.
Arizona State product.
Feels like he's been on the scene a lot longer than he has.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he, only 25 or 26? Maybe 26. I think he's my age.
I wonder.
Yeah, I really do feel good for John Rahm, especially after our last podcast was talking about how unfortunate it was that he had to be kicked out of a tournament on a Saturday night when he's got a 6-shot lead and basically take $1 million out of the dude's hands. And now winning the U.S. Open, he's got exemption to the next 10 U.S. Opens. He won't be Ricky Fowlering it. He's also got a $2.25 million paycheck just hit his bank account. So
I don't think it hits for like a day or two.
well, I mean, it's
Hypothetical.
It's coming. We don't need to get into logistics here, but it's coming.
I bet he has a decent credit card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's,
He's probably got the platinum.
Yeah.
What would you do if $2.5 million? If you could just one frivolous purchase?
Okay, real quick, I got to throw a caveat in. I'm just at a very different point in my life than John Rahm. Half the things I would do, he's already done them.
Okay.
And so I think that's important to say. If I'm John Rahm, it's a different answer. But for me, I mean, it's got to be a car.
What car?
So it would be it'd probably be red or black, probably black. It would. I don't have like a.
I'm
specific,
thinking more of the type.
I know, but it's
the make and
not
the
like an
model.
SUV. Like probably a sports car. Like I don't even like a Maserati or something. That's too expensive. That's too flashy.
That's not too flashy. What?
Isn't it? I mean, if you're John Rahm, it's not. If you're Hank, it is. Like I can't be rolling around in that.
You absolutely could.
No.
Literally, if you have the money, you can do anything.
I guess that's true. That money would go quick. I could tell you that.
Vegas
Would be Vegas would be a quick one.
Hank wouldn't even
Your
fly
unit
home.
on
Might even
DraftKings
drive,
Sportsbook app would be going up.
Probably. I'd leave with
Your
more.
base unit would be significantly larger, I'm sure.
Yep, absolutely. And eventually a house. But
yeah.
that takes like weeks of planning.
Weeks.
I'm dealing with the car. I'm getting to Vegas. Then I'm figuring out a house.
That sounds logical.
Yeah.
Pleasure before business. What about you, Spencer? 2.25.
I think at this point I'd probably buy a house right away.
Okay.
I'd probably spend
So I'm
half
the
of
only
it.
homeowner in the group chat then.
Yeah.
No, you own a condo.
Yeah, I would say no. I'd probably spend about $1 million on a house right away.
Okay.
Find myself a nice place, like
Nice
Cherry-
starter home for
Cher-
$1 million
Cherry
in Colorado.
Hills area.
Nice little bungalow
Yeah, depending
off
on
Gonna
of
have a
university. Yeah.
I can get one bedroom,
one and a half bath. Yeah. Sounds ideal. Well, I'll go ahead and say what I would get since nobody asked. I would get a Porsche GTR S3.
Oh wow.
GT3 RS.
I'm
There
gonna
we
trust
go.
your judgment and just say that's a car I get to.
Those things are absolutely
believe
insanely
you.
sick. Or the new Taycan, it's an electric Porsche.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like Tesla on steroids.
Okay.
Like just hearing it take off, it sounds like a plane. It's like, and it just, or almost like a spaceship in a way. Like you can hear like powering up and then the wheels just ripping on the ground. I know this is a golf live stream, but I'm just saying I'm definitely a Porsche guy or a Ferrari, one of the two. I might upgrade the house from a starter home. You never know. I'm pretty content with where I'm at. Pull my Ferrari into my 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. They'd be like, what is going on here? But yeah, it's insane. And I mean, the money they make off of, like when I remember when John Daly won the British Open, he made, I mean, in terms of like actually winning the tournament, I think he probably made around $1 million or a little less, but he made $15 million in sponsors, like ad deals and sponsors and all that. So 2.25 is the tip of the iceberg for what John Rahm is going to make off of this.
Yeah.
You're talking about Blue Yonder. Like, I don't know how they statistically figure out how much ad space or how much ad revenue is created off of a logo. But I know like Bernhard Langer last year when he was competing in the Masters, for like those 2 days, he had a blank visor on. And if he would have had a logo, that was like $3 million worth of ad space just for like a day, like when he was in contention on Saturday. So, I mean, his body is worth $10 million. What his
John Rahm's body.
That is the ideal male body. You can't question it. That is what winners look like.
Yep.
I just so happen to look kind of like that.
And on top of that, like, yeah, he's international too. Like that helps.
Oh yeah,
that definitely helps.
Having
I mean,
the
what
Spanish
they said,
audience. What time do you think it is over there? Like probably 10:30, 11:30.
So now in both of the
probably like 1:30.
the Masters and the U.S. Open.
Is it 7? I guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
A bunch of guys in the
just
Madden League are
hammer
from Sweden.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I bet.
So you guys got to wake up in the morning to play them, so they can.
There's like a 4-hour window. Where like everybody's awake
from like 10 to 2 maybe or something like that.
Yep. They get home from work and
You're just waking up and you're like, we got to play Madden.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Well, I think I heard Rahm say something about like it felt like an afternoon when I was a kid. And so he grew up in Spain, and I would say that the optics of Torrey kind of look like the coast of Spain a little bit. Like I could see him, like if you ever seen Valderrama is like one of the most well-known courses in Spain. And shout out Josh Hunter, your old buddy. He used to be a caddy out there, so we had a buddy who worked out there, or I think he was a member out there or something. But that place has hosted Ryder Cups and all that. And like Sergio grew up on Valderrama. I think Rahm was kind of same region. But yeah, it's got kind of the same vibes, like the cliffy cliffy. I don't think that's an adjective, but like the cliff line coast and stuff like that, and the kind of dried out, browned out, firm conditions. I can imagine the coast of Spain being somewhat similar to the coast of California. So could have been like hometown feels.
Yeah, no, I feel like after. Basically, like even like he said, after what happened to him a couple weeks ago, now he's back. He's played Torrey Pines a ton before. He's had a lot of success here. It was just everything set up for him to, it's his first Father's Day. It's now his first major. I mean, this guy's on top of the world. And so I'm gonna read just from this Golf Monthly article. Basically, here's what he gets for winning the U.S. Open. So he gets the U.S. Open trophy, but the actual U.S. Open trophy is at the USGA, United States Golf Association Museum in New Jersey. So he gets a full-size replica of it to keep for a year until someone else gets it, and then he gets like a partial-sized replica of that trophy right there that he gets to keep for the rest of his career. And then he also gets, like we talked about, the $2.25 million, direct deposit into his bank account, so not bad. He gets a Jack Nicklaus medal. So it's the trophy is nameless in this tournament, so it doesn't have its own
U.S. Open trophy.
It's not the Wanamaker. It's not
the claret jug.
Exactly. There's no name on this trophy, but he does get a Jack Nicklaus medal. It has a golden bear. Jack Nicklaus's swing on it, And he gets, so these are the exemptions he gets. As we know for the Masters, he gets if you win the Masters, you get a lifetime exemption into that tournament for as long as you're playing golf. But he gets a spot in the next 10 U.S. Opens, like I said earlier. He also gets a 5-year exemption into the Open, so the British Open, and then he gets 5 years in the Masters and 5 years at the PGA Championship. So we're going to see Jon Rahm, his face around for a while, and then he also gets a 5-year exemption of the Players and secures his PGA Tour card for 5 years. Not like we were worried about it with this dude. It's not.
So if you win a major, it's 5 years. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
You have a tour card for 5 years.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean a regular tournament's only 2, but 5. That's a good grip.
But it's kind of funny because Graham McDowell won the U.S. Open 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And his exemption ran out this year, so he didn't make it.
Oh wow.
It's just kind of crazy. Like it's crazy to think about. Like you win a tournament. Like with the Masters, you win that, and guys like Bernhard Langer, they're playing it till they're 60, 70.
Fred
Funk, they don't care what they're shooting.
Fuzzy Zeller. Yeah, why would you ever pass up an opportunity to go play Augusta? Mm-hmm. But yeah, the U.S. Open, I don't know. Let's rank our all-time personal favorite majors.
Ooh.
I think we can all agree PGA Championships at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's like the Spencer's Cup deal. Like, I am chirping you, so I apologize. But okay, so between the Open, the U.S. Open, and the Masters,
I'm going Masters number 1.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, it's honestly really tough. I love the Open, but like the U.S. Open, they're just so hard, and that's what draws me to it. I think enough to make it number 2. Fun to watch
them struggle.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they don't do that with more tournaments.
Yeah,
like why not make it hard? Like I maybe there were people clamoring like we need more scoring in golf, but I think that conversation happens so much in other sports that kind of gets all sports feel that way. Yeah, and having some more tough courses, I feel like it'd go a long way.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest thing is you get somebody who doesn't normally watch golf, they turn it on the TV, and they're seeing guys struggle to make pars or even bogeys. They're going to be like, why is this fun? You know, they don't quite understand what it means. They just want to see people hitting at 330. They want to see guys making 60-footers.
Yeah.
They want to see them sticking it right next to the flag. Like I feel like most people don't appreciate that like golfers do.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take a non-golfer and have them watch a tournament, they would much more enjoy the easier setup for the players than
probably.
So I think that's the issue.
I wonder how many of those people will actually like start watching golf. If like having the average winner go from like say 9 under to 20 under, 18 under, like how much does that change viewership? Or are those people just like not all that interested and probably won't watch either way?
Yeah. I think it's more about the storylines maybe than anything, or like watching a favorite player.
For sure.
But go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah, no, I think that's interesting because like the tournament, the John Deere Classic, every year that's like 28, 29. Like these dudes are shooting, they're
Stupid
sniffing
low
59.
numbers.
Somebody's sniffing 59 every day with how quote unquote easy that golf course is. Now, the members there at that course, probably even the really good ones, don't fire under par like that. So they are impressed by the PGA Tour players that go out and shoot in the 50s. But me personally, I love golf tournaments that are like this where 6 under wins it. Shooting a 70 or a 71, even par, 1 under, 1 over even, doesn't ruin your entire tournament. It makes it a lot more fun. Like today, like how many tournaments do you have where 7 to 10 guys have a chance to win the tournament the day of, because I think I read this stat, and we talked about it at the end of the PGA Championship when we were doing our live show, but I think it's like 100 years in a row or some tournaments in a row where the winner of the golf tournament, the Sunday, he has been within 4 strokes of the lead. And so but even in a major, it's a different story because we saw it perfectly here today. The guy that had a lead lost, but the other 2 dudes that had the lead, there was 3 guys tied for the lead. They finished one of them shot 78 or 77, and the other guy shot 75. Mm-hmm. And so a tournament like this where, a 2-shot swing here or there is a big deal versus a tournament where somebody's 12, 13, 14 under, and it's like, 2-shot swing. That can be made up in 2 holes. They can go birdie. Whereas this tournament, it's like, if you need to go birdie at the U.S. Open the last 2 holes to win or tie, you're probably hosed.
I mean,
Like,
you
you just
have
can't
to-
do
2 of the
that.
best holes of your life.
You need to do what John Rahm did.
Yeah.
Like you need to nail 2 really tough putts, and if you do that, like there you go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the epitome of the U.S. Open. Like him making those putts was the difference.
Absolutely.
Like he had to make 2 15-20 footers, and he did. And that was ultimately the difference. And all the credit in the world to him. It feels like he's one of the best ball strikers week in, week out.
Well, he's leading the tour on almost every. He's got the most top 10s this year. He's got he's like top 3 or 4 now. He's probably number 1 in FedEx Cup points. He is leading the tour. He's like not tops, but like top 10 in the tour in driving distance. He's just got everything going for him.
It looks like his hairline might be receding a little bit, so that makes him more relatable.
Yeah,
I might actually like him more now. He doesn't have that perfect flowing head of hair, it looks like, or maybe it's just matted down. I can't really tell, but he's unliked by a group of people who don't like the amount of emotion he shows. Like he's thrown some temper tantrums on the golf course. He's been known to be a little bit of a diva, and I've even felt the same way at times with him. And I mean, he's a Spaniard. I think they're naturally like Sergio Garcia's the same way. They've kind of got a temper to him, and so I've never been a huge fan of that. But he does show a lot of emotion, and I think that's kind of where the game of golf is going. You know, it's not the old like tip of the cap. It's fist pumping, it's screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
It's a totally different deal. But he is like the next generation of golfers. He might be he's top 5 at least in this generation. You throw Brooks in, you throw Bryson in, you throw Rahm in, you throw Justin Thomas in, you throw Jordan Spieth in, maybe Daniel Berger, maybe Will Zalatoris on the fringe.
Schauffele,
Schaff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good sticks. Matt Wolff. There's 15 to 20 really, really good young dudes right now.
While you're talking about Matt Wolff, did you guys see his round on Thursday?
What?
Oh yeah.
He made 8
Yep.
birdies and he shot 1 under. Like that is an think of it this way. He makes those 8 birdies. He makes 2 bogeys that day, and then he shoots even par the rest of the tournament, and he wins this tournament. Like I know that's a little crazy to talk about because there's 4 rounds of golf. It's not one day, one round, but the dude made birdies everywhere. Like it was just birdie bogey, birdie bogey, birdie bogey.
But we saw that Louis Oosthuizen, when it came down to it, he literally played the 18th hole in 4 under and everything else in even par, and that's what put him in contention.
Yeah.
Was the 2?
No, it's 5 under.
Well, did
He
end up-
birdied it today.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he made some.
But same story. He
Okay.
5 under on the 18th hole.
That is
even par on
insane.
every other hole.
That has got to be like some scoregami shit. Like you're even par on 17 holes combined, and then you're 5 under on 1 hole in that week.
Yeah,
That's
3 birdies and an eagle.
That's how that course sets up though. Like it's all about 18 and 9.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of the par 5s.
Yep. And outside of that, like you're just gonna be fighting for pars all the way through.
Yeah.
For the record, I will say, I think every golf course, and I'm biased because Spring Valley's this way on both 9s, which, Spring Valley's a good golf course. I love the setup of it. Like there are better golf courses out there. I'm not dumb, but finishing at Spring Valley, finishing 5-3-5 is incredible. And finishing on a par 5, I feel like every single golf course, it should be a requisite that a par 5 is the last hole.
Especially if there's going to be like tournaments there.
Exactly.
There's just so much flexibility on that last hole.
Exactly. Option to make 3.
risk reward.
The golf course I grew up on, it's just like this big dog leg left over the water, and it's just a drivable par 4. Like you need to be able to hit it really far, and it's just like a clear, like you cutting this corner, or are you just gonna lay up, take like 7-iron pitching wedge, and it'll be nice and easy, all open, like.
Or are you going to go for it, possibly hit it in the water? Yeah, there's got to be some risk. Yeah, there's got to be some risk involved.
I feel like that's more like in my dream course. That would be like my number 17. It's like that's a really tough 17.
A drivable 4?
No, that's like 18. Like number 18 is like a par 5 somewhere you can score. 17 is, you got to be tough. Like there's trouble around.
I would say ideally, I would if I were to design a golf course, I would go 16th drivable par 4, real risk reward drivable par 4, and then the 17th I would go challenging par 3, good quality par 3, and then 18 go gettable par 5. I think there's so much action. Like the finish at TPC Scottsdale is a pretty good finish because you've got the 16th, excuse me, and then you've got the 17th, which is or is that the 17th?
I thought it was 16.
Yeah, it's the 16th. I think 17. Oh, and then 17 is the drivable par 4.
Okay.
With the water left, and then 18 is a pretty challenging par 4 also. I would rather see a 5, but 16, 17, you just like to see him coming down the stretch with a lot of different possibilities.
Yeah.
You know, a fun par 3 where you can stuff it or you can make 4, and then a drivable 4 with hazards on either side, and then a good par 5 that's not super hard, but enough to make you think about it for sure.
Yeah, make you think about the tee shot, and then have a chance to make an eagle and get 2 shots on the field right away.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, you guys got anything else? Shout out John Rahm.
Congratulations,
thank you guys all for
first major.
Thank you guys all for joining us. We'll have one more. Well, actually, we don't know yet. We're gonna try to do a live show at the end of the Open, but it might be like 6 a.m.
Well, no, it won't end then. It'll probably be like 10 or maybe noon.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out the logistics on that.
It'll be a matinee.
We'll definitely be doing this for the Ryder Cup, Whistling Straits, where I've gotten to play. So I'm
a big deal.
I'm super stoked. Not a big deal to watch that. But that's it for us today, guys. Appreciate you all joining us on the live show. For Hank, for Mitchell, for myself, cheers. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Have a good week at work, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.